welcome to Art by Clark, and I'm Mrs. Clark. And today I'm going to the animals, the cutest sea mammal that is, and that is the sea otter. Isn't he cute? So today we're going to be learning line direction so that we can make the water be moving, so our sea otter can just relax and have a good time. So what do we need for this lesson, you might be thinking? We need white paper, pencil and eraser, crayons or markers, scissors, or as I say, skizzes, and glue. So I want you to go gather all the supplies and we'll get started. So as you see, we have the most adorable looking sea otter, if I do say so myself, since I made it. And let's go over some of those ingredients in our artwork called the elements of art. We're going to be using lines, as you see, throughout the whole piece. Shapes, like the eyes being circles. Color, lots of color. Definitely the cool colors for the water. And then we have texture, because we want the sea otter to look like he's furry and fuzzy. And that's probably the only ones we will use. Maybe a little space because the otters can be floating in the water. So knowing all this, we need to start with our first piece of paper and we'll slide this over. And we have to make the first decision. Are we going to make the otter or the water? So let's make the otter first. Now I did say you can use a pencil. To save time, I'm going to use a black crayon, but you are welcome to use a pencil because it has an eraser, and then trace over the lines. And let's start with the head. The head is actually, oh look at that pencil, just roll across, is going to be a curve. And we are going to make this as big as our hand. Uh-oh. Just as big as our hands. And once we have our rainbow shape, we're going to curve the bottom. We're making the head first. And then we're also going to do kind of a wide rainbow right there. Above the rainbow, we're going to do a circle, nice big black beady eye. I'm going to put a little white mark for a highlight. Highlights are just where the sun or where the light is hitting. Gives a little bit of perspective for the eye. And two, because otters have two eyes. We're going to do a triangular type nose and color that in black as well, up to the line. And how I made that was just the letter V up to the line and colored it in. And then I like to draw a line. And then we do a W. Do you see that W? I see it. I hope you do. Okay, now that we have the face, we're not quite finished with the face yet. Underneath this eye, we're going to do a parenthesis or just a curved line on both sides. And then we're going to add whiskers. 1, 2, 3. Now, my otter's having a hard time hearing because he needs some ears, and those ears are just going to be little tiny rainbows. I try to place them in the same spot. Then I add a little line on each one because that will be the fur and that will be the inside of the ear. How cute is that? So now that we have the head, we're going to bring the body down. There we go. As long as you want. And then, again, remember, he should be about the size of a hand. And then we're going to do a letter U and curve it back up. Look at that. It's actually a humongous U if you wanted to draw that instead. We need some hands, some little paws. So we're going to come in, curve it, and come right back. And we'll do it so that the hands touch. Come right back. and then put some fingers or some little lines in. We gotta do the same thing for the feet, and the feet come from the bottom, so those are gonna be more of rainbow looking or upside down U's, and then we put some lines in. How adorable. We need to put an inside letter U for the belly, but we don't want to go past the paws. So we go under the paw and then pick up our crayon and continue. Aww. And then last but not least, our sea otter needs a tail. It's just kind of like a cat tail. Now we need to color him in. Now what I like to do is, and as you see, I'm using crayons. Crayons, you can shade and do different kinds of pressure to it. But some love to use those markers. Definitely you can use markers, colored pencils, even paint. I'm going to press lightly with my crayon, and sea otters are usually brown. And you see, I'm just going to color, and I'm going to make the belly yellow. I don't know, I thought that would go good with brown, but you can pick your own colors. If you wanted to do a rainbow sea otter, you can. I'm going to keep it more realistic. Most that know me know I like to keep it more real. I don't know why. I just think it looks kind of cool looking real. So as you see, I'm pressing more on the lighter side with my crayon. And look at that, and do the paw. You can do the paws a different color if you want to. And then we have the feet. It mixes with the black a little bit, that's okay. We're gonna add some texture to it anyway. And you might be thinking, what's she talking about? Don't worry about it. I'll show you in a moment. So as you see, just coloring in. If you go outside the line, it's okay, we're cutting him out anyway. I'm gonna leave the beard of our cute little sea otter white, and we're just gonna color from above that line, around the eyes. Try to get in as much of that white as I can. And then the ears. I'm going to do the inside of the ears, like a yellow. And look at that. Ooh, forgot right here. It's a little triangle at the bottom. Okay, this is cute, but it needs more to me. Now, if you wanted to, you can probably use black or some brown. I'm going to press harder with my brown and do little tiny lines. I'm going to see, I'm probably going to use some black too. And I'm going to make the otter have hair. And how you add hair is, you got to add little tiny lines. Probably done this to dogs and cats before too. Probably even hear me do my little lines. Okay, now we'll go with the yellow. And do the inside of the ears. Probably do pink too if you wanted to. And I'm going to color in. That's going to be okay with black mixing in, because I'm actually going to use black as my texture. Because the belly has hair too. So here we go. Add it onto my otter a bit. Boy, he looking good. So what do you think? Does he look fuzzy? I think he looks fuzzy. So now that our otter is done, we have to get another piece of paper. and we're going to do the water. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to do this the long way or if you're going to do it the wide way. I'm probably going to have them do this the long way, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to pick my cool colors, maybe some blues, maybe a little purple or some light green, and I'm going to color this all in. We're going to speed this up so that you don't have to watch me color this in, but you're going to see me go from doing some of the texture. But I'm just going to color in the background, and then I'll be right back at you. All right, we are back, and as you see, I've kind of scribbled a lot of diagonal lines going in one direction. That is showing that the water is actually moving that way. So I wanted that to have that look so that I can have my otter floating in that general direction. So that kind of created the texture of the waves in the water. Did you have to do this? No. But the more different directions you go, the harder it's going to be to make it look like that the otter is floating and moving with the water. So it is recommended that you go in a direction. Can you add lines like that? Maybe wavy lines. See, like I'm doing there? I wouldn't jag it because this is water, but maybe you want to swirl like a raindrop hit the water. You know, do it like it was just raining. Do a couple more. I'm kind of going to stay with the waviness. And if you see, just about done. Just trying to fix up the edges a little because I don't want it to look like it's too white. Look at that. I like that a lot. You may use different, maybe it's a sunset, so maybe you're going to use your warmer colors, but I'm going to do more of an impression of being in a nice seaweed type river. There we go. Seaweed wouldn't make sense, but something that has a lot of trees reflecting off it. All right, so now how do we get him on? We need to use our skizzers. Oh no. So how do we use these again? Well, the thumb goes in the little one and the fingers go on the bottom. Thumb to the sun, fingers to the ground. Always cut this direction. Never upside down because you might hurt yourself. And always just cut paper. Don't cut anything else. I like to cut off a lot of extra, but we need to cut our sea otter out. And as you see, it's not very difficult, but just remember, the scissor is like an alligator. The jaws go up and down. Scissor really never moves much. It is the paper that moves. I'm going to snip a lot of this extra off because it was getting in my way. Let's go around this ear. And we go around this next ear. Then we have a straight run down to the feet, curve it around, and cool. I did the hard part first, which is the tail. And just remember, if you cut anything off, don't worry, you can always glue it back on. So, would it make sense to put them this way? No, we want them to follow that river. So we're actually going to glue them this direction. So I'm going to flip them over, and just remember, my friends, you turn your glue, you feel for air. Oh yeah, I feel it. And remember, it's not a volcano. You're going to have to turn it over and it's just a dot, not a lot. I like to keep it towards the middle because glue will smush out. So I'm just going to do, and then we'll do a couple on the tail. All right, let's flip him over very carefully. Put him in the direction that you colored. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And look at that. And remember, what's the last thing we always put on our piece? Our name. There we go. Maybe I'll add a little bit more purple there. Just so, because I didn't see my spiral as much. I'm going to do one more spiral there. And then just add a little bit more in. Fix up those edges. And then look at our finished piece. Isn't he cute? Oh, he is one of the most adorable sea mammals. Oh, so cute. So, we did it. We made a sea otter floating in the water. I knew you could do it. You guys are the most awesome. So, let's get back together and we'll do another one real soon. Till then, bye.